Greetings, YouTube. Happy New Year. If you recall, about 24 hours ago, I recorded and posted a reminder of what the New Year's Day offers look like in Marvel Contest of Champions in 2019. It's hard to believe it's 2020, which is ironic as you look at the bottom right of my trash inventory or overflow. It has exactly 2020 items. I just noticed that. To mark 2020. What are the odds? But some people actually submitted some tickets last year because there were no Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments. It was all basically aimed at people trying to go to uncollected, which is fine if that's like the middle tier of the offers, but when it's the top tier and it's still talking about mostly Tier 4 class Catalysts, you're just not going to attract the players that you're trying to whale out the hardest. So these Catalyst daily cards start with uncollected. Cavalier is still not really the top title for most of these because I think they're afraid that they're going to lose money since there are far more players in the contest that are uncollected than Cavalier. But I anticipate when the next title comes out, and I keep being told it's uncontested, quote unquote, that maybe then it will go to Cavalier. So we're going to start, as always, by grading the least of these, and this is the Mutant Catalyst daily card. This gives you, for $30, half of a Tier 2 Alpha, a fully formed Tier 4 class Catalyst of the class you choose, a fully formed Tier 4 Basic, talk about weak sauce, okay, 94-star generic Signature Stones, and right now, another of the class Catalyst you choose, and 2 more Tier 4 Basics, 5 Tier 1 Alpha, much better, some ISO, and some gold. Okay, this is what I was hoping to see a year ago, but didn't. This was like a $50 or $60 offer last year that thankfully they went down to $30. I actually am a big fan of this offer for people who are trying to get, say, their first 4-star to rank 5 or maybe their next 5-star to, say, rank 3. Those of you who are pushing to become uncollected and you have the opportunity to purchase this offer, between the Tier 1 Alphas, the Tier 4 Basics, and especially the Tier 4 Mutant, or whatever you want to call it, Catalyst, this is basically like, over the course of a month, a Tier 4 class Catalyst selector for 2 different classes. Yes, you have to wait a full month to form your second one, but if you have a God Tier champion as a 4-star or even a 5-star, and if they don't need to be awakened, or if they're awakened and they obviously need to be awakened, this is a great chance for you to take them up. And I think $30 is a really fair price for this because it puts, you could say it puts the Tier 4 class Catalyst selector at about $15 a pop, and then everything else is like a fortune cookie at the end of a Chinese meal. It is a bonus free item. I'm going to give that a B+ for, newer players to kind of lower middle class players, people who are almost uncollected, and that best champion is maybe at rank 4 as a 4-star, and you really want them to be at rank 5. This would take you to a whole new opportunity to do it, and it's about the same price tag as that rank 4 to rank 5 rank up 4-star gem. But of course, you can use these items on 5-stars as well, which is why it stays at a B+. Okay, now we're moving to that second offer, probably, excuse me, for the people who are uncollected but not yet Cavalier. You're getting a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha right now. You're getting 108,000 Tier 4. 108,000. I'm just going to bust out the calculator so I don't embarrass myself on the math, because I have never seen that many fragments before. And sure enough, that is 3. That is 3 of the class base. That is exactly what you need to take a 4-star to rank 5 or a 5-star to rank 3. And so if you get that in addition to a fully formed couple right now, that would be ideal. Okay, so the Tier 2 Alpha, pretty amazing. That's putting the price tag of each of those after 30 days at $25. That's one of the better price tags we've seen. The Tier 4 Basics, cool, you get a bonus too, but no one really cares about that. Those are really easy to get now, especially in the Glory store. And then on top of that, Holy cow, you get an additional half. So you get 2.5 tier 2 alpha. 2.5. That puts them, that's right on some of the best price tag we've ever seen. And then an additional 2 of that class to make it 5. And then 3 tier 4 right now, and 10 tier 1 alpha, and 500,000 gold. For tier 2 alpha alone, I would give this a B. Throwing in everything else, again, this is not talking to you out there who don't need tier 4 class catalyst. But if you just do this for a tier 2 alpha, and you say that I'm going to get them at like $22, $23 a piece, which actually it's more like $18 a piece when you count in the extra half. I think I'm going to give this an 89. I feel bad giving it an A-, but I feel good giving it as high B as possible. The right side is like an 87. In the middle, it's like an 89. I would give it a much worse grade if you don't need the tier 4s and you just are going for tier 2 alpha. But even if you just treat it as a tier 2 alpha, it's still a really solid deal. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. So much better than last year. Now let's go to this one. Okay, a tier 5 basic, which gets you over half of a tier 5 basic at the end of the month. Half is 22,500 tier 5 Catalyst fragments, gives you 27,000. It also gives you a 54,000 or 1.5 tier 2 alpha. Look at me doing the math in my head, which is it's not nearly as good as the right side yet. Okay, but what about, right now, 18,000. That's the draw. So $100 for a fully formed tier 5 basic by the end of the month. That's substantial. And then you get, this is the first time that we have seen this. You get to target those tier 5 class catalyst fragments, and Kabam knows that many of you either got or got ripped of the gifting event versus the ones you were targeting. 2,700 is not a lot, but it's better than 0, and it's better than the tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystals, and that's it. Okay, so this is definitely pathetic in terms of tier 2 alpha. You would expect it to be, believe it or not, a minimum of 3 tier 2 alpha for $100. Keep in mind that would be $33 a piece, which is still far worse of a tier 2 alpha deal than the second tier, the $50 tier. But the tier 5 basic catalyst fragment, an Odin essentially for a fully formed one, that's awesome. That is really solid. And then, believe it or not, the very bottom item, even though 2,700 is a terrible amount, I mean, you would hope it would be at least 5,000, since you need 9 of those to get your 6-star to rank 3. Because I think it's, 45,000? Yeah, it's 45,000. That's still going to be way more of a guarantee for those whales than any of those stupid tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystals. I'm going to give this... I'm not going to give it an A because the tier 2 alpha and the small amount of tier 5 class, I'm going to give this about the grade of the first one. I'm going to give it an 87. The best value is the $50 bundle for most players. But if you need tier 5 basics, it's going to be a no-brainer. I know I say that phrase a lot. In fact, don't make it a profile drinking game. You'll be in a coma in 5 minutes. But I'm going to give them all B pluses, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, I love to review A deals, but I also like to be fair, and these are way better than like the C- deals we saw last year. So, do you think I'm being too generous? Do you think I'm being too harsh? Comment below, let me know. And Happy New Year, everybody. You know I like to keep my videos under 10 minutes when I can, and this video is still under 10 minutes at the time of finishing this off. So we're going to hit the stop button now and just say, have a great New Year's Day.